Hey, good morning. Glad that we had this little bit of time together. You know, this whole month we're celebrating love in some way or another, and I'm sure you found something to love if it's nothing but donuts. But, you know, as much as we want to be loved and we absolutely need to be loved, we're created to be loved. And truthfully, we are all loved, whether we know how to experience that or not, receive it or not, even find it or not. But I'm energized today for your love. And when I say that, I'm talking about your love for yourself. You know, Jesus Christ once said, love your neighbor as yourself. Now that gives us some insight into ourself, that we are lovable, that we find ways to love, that we become love, that we are worthy of love. Some of us feel as if we were without love, but we're really not. Somebody loves us. We know it, we feel it, we sense it when we're around them. But for whatever reason, it might not be love that's flourishing. It might not be love that's fully developed. It might just be a real little tiny plant of love, but we're loved. But the most important love, I want to get back to it, for us to experience love from another is love for ourselves. It is the foundational love that is built upon the premise that the creator of the universe loves us. I want to say no matter what, but that's a trivial way to say it. He loves us through whatever, in whatever. That's the way he loves us. And he never loves us in a way that allows us to stay the same, because he has a design and a purpose and a flourishing life idea and purpose for us. But if we never learn that he loves us enough to put out all the negatives and undo all the tragedies and unwrap all the crud that's been associated with our experience, then love from him is not that valuable. If I'm going to have a God that I believe is a creator God, I have to believe that he is more involved, more interested, more zoned in on making me the best I can be than there is. If he's just a God that's content to say, okay, Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, yeah, that's just not quite what I want to give my life to. But I don't believe that. And I do believe that his design and desire for us is great. And he wants us to be completely confident in his transformational love so that we can be settled in our self-love. Because then you go from there. So here's my little experiment for the week that I want to give you and I want to encourage you to do. And that is this. Today, I don't know how many of you will do this. If one of you does it, it's worth it to me. Today, write down on a piece of paper 2 columns. On the left-hand column, write down, why do I love myself? And put as many 1, 2, 3 word answers in there as you can. Why do I love myself? And then in the next column, what is lovable about me to others? Write that down. And then begin to use that over the next 4 or 5 days as a statement of affirmation. And so what you do is you go back and you say, I love me because, and put all the answers that you have in there, all the revelations, all the ideas, everything that you can identify about yourself that is so magnificently loving. And there's a lot about you, I bet, that you see that you don't think anybody else can see, or maybe they don't see, or maybe they don't pay attention to it. But why you love yourself. And then follow that up with that other column of why other people can love you, why it's valuable for them to love you. And just to say, as an affirmation, people will see this in me. People will see in me blank. People will see in me blank. People will see in me blank. And just begin to talk being loved and being loving over yourself. I'm done. See you next time.